And this is eBrary. Again, if you create an account with them, and you should create an account here on campus rather than at home, and then you'll be able to access it at home. Okay, if we can close the eBrary, and then we can open another browser, search all, scroll down to eBooks, Oxford English Dictionary that I already mentioned. It's not really an e-book per se, but they included it in this category. It is kind of one electronic book, multi-volume electronic book. Anybody wants to suggest a word that we should look up? Any ideas? Well, what is it?
Drug abuse.
Drug abuse. Well, let's try. What is the dictionary definition of the drug abuse? Go, and it's searching. Okay, you can see it gives you detailed definition with plenty of examples. Hundreds of examples in this case. Well, it's not always that many. Well, it is a great resource. Definition, examples. First example, dating back to 1400s.
How do you know that? Oh, because this right here.
And it doesn't look like modern English. The spelling for the word drugs is obviously different. But that's the advantage of the OED, Oxford English Dictionary. Like the most comprehensive dictionary in the world, the most comprehensive language dictionary, I should say, because there are subject dictionaries too, as we know from our readings. Okay, so let's X out from the OED and talk a little bit about other kinds of eBooks resources. Like it seems that we want to say commercial ones, so to say, but online databases are commercial resources too. It just it seems like that they are somewhat free for us, but CUNY is actually paying for them, and CUNY is using our technology fee money often to pay for these resources. But there could be some other resources which might be useful in some situations where it's a sort of B2C marketing relationship, meaning business to consumer, where the businesses interact directly with us, or we as consumers interact directly with them. And I should say that I don't want to advertise any products in this class, and you don't have to buy any products that we're going to see. It's purely for research purposes. And I'll be talking about Kindle. Kindle is this pretty small device. This is a very old Kindle. It's a second generation, and it's still working. I might use it with the headphones. Say walking in a park or riding in the subway or just walking from the parking lot. I could use it, I could listen to it. And I could also remove the headphones and say, when I'm driving my car, I could use this cord. I actually bought it in Target, but some students said it could be bought in Radio Shack, for instance. And you can see that it has two identical interfaces, and interfaces are the same as this one, pretty much. This is what you do with it. You connect it to your Kindle, and then you connect it to your car radio. And your Kindle reads you the book through your car radio. Otherwise, it has a speaker of its own. I'm going to turn it on. And there is a button here. I click on it and I turn on text-to-speech feature. Text-to-speech.
Conceptual reviews are reviewed with respect to evidence on possible causal influences. Results much the strongest evidence concerns the importance of susceptibility genes, but such genes have yet to be identified. Specific somatic conditions, such as tuberous sclerosis of the Fragile X anomaly, account for a small proportion of cases. Over recent
And
decades, there has been a major rise
it
in
reads
the
like very
diagnostic
fast right now. You can
explanation
adjust
for
the
these causes to
speed.
be found in better ascertainment and the broadening of the diagnostic concept. Nevertheless, some degree of true
Can
rise
make it
cannot be
slower.
excluded. However, the epidemiological evidence on the main hypothesized environmental explanation, namely the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine, is consistently negative. Conclusion: progress on the elucidation of the causes of autism will be crucially dependent on the combination of epidemiology with more basic science laboratory studies.
Correspondence: Michael Rudder, P.O., S.G.
And it can also be switched to the male voice if necessary.
Park, Denmark, Hill, London, Southeast Staff, UK. Telephone, email, j.wickham@wickham.kcl.ac.uk, *BASE.
And you can adjust the speed.
Conference again. France, June. Keywords: autism spectrum disorders, epidemiology, genetic influences, incident.
That's how the Kindle works. And of course, this is a very example of a very old one, second generation. Nowadays they have much newer models, which are quite useful. And again, you can read it like with your eyes, and you can also read it with your ears. You can listen it to them. You can listen to it, and the feature is text to speech. Also, what should I mention about it? It's black and white, and the technology used for the screen is called e-ink, or digital ink, and it's quite different from this technology, the LCD, liquid crystal display. This one constantly flickers, probably about 60 times per second, making our pupils to dilute synchronously with the flickering. That's what makes our eyes fatigued. This one doesn't. But this one is very slow. That's why they are not using digital ink for the TVs and computers. that computers and the monitors, they use the same technology. And also, it's predominantly black and white, but Amazon, about 4 or 5 years ago, purchased a company called Triton, and Triton is working on development of color e-ink. But so far we haven't seen any color e-reader, at least from Amazon. So hopefully they'll come up with it in the future, but they did purchase that company, so they were working on it, obviously. Now that's the Kindle with all bells and whistles. But there are free Kindle apps. Those are the apps that you could use on your desktop or your smartphone, for instance. And you can see here there is another Kindle. That's a Kindle for PC. That's the free Kindle app. If you double click on it, it gets invoked. You can click on library. This is like a library. And again, you can purchase the books from Kindle. You can just go to Amazon and purchase them on the Amazon, and then direct them to all your Kindles or a particular Kindle. And then say you click on the book, but there is no reading feature, no text-to-speech here, so it's very simplistic. And it's free. When you